Hello guys, this is Eric Day from ACS Learning Hub. Welcome back to my channel. Today is 2022, the 5th of December. Thank you so much for coming back. Right, so today, same thing, I'm going to conduct this Forex trading plan with everybody. Right, so these are the steps that I'm doing before I start my trading. Right, so let's take a look at what do we have over here. Can I have my MT4 please? Hi Hubert, nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Alright, so yeah, and AUDJPY over here. Well, by looking at this general, alright, over here, and general view, the general trend is still growing now from the downward trend, and now we are heating up into the market structure of a bull. So buyers, you can take note, all right? So just take note of the buying, okay? So over here, as we can see, the buying is still continue to go, as we can see that it's probably is out for a resistance up there, a higher resistance. So buyers, you can take note, but of course, look out for the supports before you enter for a trade. All right, so for Aussie franc over here, yeah, Aussie franc, it is still at this point here, and it is still not going anywhere. Right, so we shall stay away first in case this is actually have a breakout, and now you can continue to buy. So if it's actually going into another downward trend, we can still have a chance of going sideways and grab the opportunity of the sideways trend that you can actually grab some profit, scout for some profit from there. Right, so yeah, next to go, right? So Aussie yen, right? Take a look at Aussie yen. Well, Aussie yen from far, actually, so far we can see that it's actually on the bull side escalating up. Now it actually going into, and this looks like we are going into a consolidation area. So right now in this area here, I will say that we are actually in the transition to the bear. So we can look out for Aussie yen to sell. However, okay, we still need to assess whether is there any support. You know, whether it will actually take out the support, like last week we were talking about this support. It has break the support now, but it has bounced back into the buy side. So very highly likely we are still looking for it to test on the resistance over here before we take a selling trade. Right, so in this case over here, we still have about a very good space down there before it actually go for a buy, because right now by looking at this, is actually hit on the support, testing on the resistance here. Okay, it's going to test on the resistance here, and then after that going for a selling. We have a 30 pips of space for it to test on the resistance before we actually go for a selling. So let's wait for Aussie yen. Probably there may be a good chance there. All right, so yeah, Aussie yen, I'm going to put this into my watch list. Okay, Aussie yen. Right, so yeah, next to go, let's see what do we have here. Okay, Aussie Kiwi. Let's take a look at Aussie Kiwi. Well, Aussie Kiwi has been in the downward trend for quite a while. Okay, since in the end of September onwards and until now. Okay, it has been going down for 3 months, 2 months plus. Okay, so right now, are we still looking out for the bear? Yes, I am looking out for the bear. As in fact, okay, over here, over at this point here, we have actually tested on the support, and it's actually now looking at this support level. Looks near. Okay, then again is that let's see if there's a chance for us to go on selling. Right, so that we are, looks like the resistance is over here, and we still have quite a fair bit to go, about 38 to 40 pips. Well, 38 to 40 pips of space. So tentatively, okay, if for Aussie Kiwi, if I'm going to sell, okay, I'm going to look out for the testing of the resistance before I start selling. Right. So yeah, okay, so in that case, since it's in the bear, well, today it may looks like they have some retracement also. So currently, all right, I will say that I'm going to leave this out first, and let's wait for tomorrow to see if there's a second half of the day, or maybe tomorrow, then we have a better chance to sell. All right, so let's move with Aussie dollar. Well, Aussie dollar, well, it's very obvious that we are still on the bull. The bull is still running, so Aussie is still quite strong over here. So buyers can take note, but sellers have to stay away. How about Euro Aussie? Well, Euro Aussie at this point here. Euro Aussie, well, today, okay, we have been hovering around this area very since September, and until now, it's about 2 months plus as well. So it seems like, you know, there's some hovering here, but is there a good chance for selling today? Well, I would say that there may be a good chance for selling. Alright, so let's take a look at the resistance has been created here, and the support level, there's a higher support level has been tested once. So for Euro Aussie, well, if I'm looking for selling today, there may be a chance, but the thing is that over at this point here, we have about 37 pips of space to selling. Unless it has a new cycle of selling down, then it's fine. But now it hits on the support, it should come for the resistance. So meanwhile, in this case, I will say that for now, let's wait for it to test on the resistance before we take action. So in this case, I'm going to leave it alone first, right? Since it's also in the bull, but the Euro Aussie is in the bull, right? So the bull has ran and console here, and today it seems like it's going to come back in a sideways manner to come back to test the support before it actually go for another round of buying. So in that case, I'm going to stay put. Okay, I'm going to stay put first and later monitor it later on. Alright, EURJPY over here, EURJPY. Well, EURJPY at this point here, we are very clear that we are actually moving towards the north. So the buyers can take note, but the sellers, we have to stay away, okay? Right, Euro Yen. Let's take a look at Euro Yen. Well, Euro Yen today, we are looking at this. As you can see, it's moving towards the north. It's in the bull, respecting the moving support over here. So in this case, right, we are actually looking out for a buy. For Euro Yen, we are looking out for a buy. Yes, so buyers can take note today. Well, for sellers, are we going to continue the selling since we have already an downward trending? Well, we can still look out for selling, but not now, because right now it's actually building up the support. Unless it's going to test on the resistance, right? There's one resistance level over here. So if this is going to retest, which is very near, and it come back for a new cycle of selling, yes, I would say that we have a good chance of selling from here to here. We have about 50 pips, 50. So there may be a good chance of selling for this Euro Yen. Okay, so I'm going to put this Euro Yen into my watch list, okay, to make sure it tested on the resistance before we start the selling. Okay. All right. So yep, and Euro Kiwi. Let's take a look at Euro Kiwi. Well, Euro Kiwi over here, as we can see, we are also in the bear. The bear has really started long ago. Okay, so it has been running for about 2 months, and now today we are still coming back for a selling. So selling wise, we are looking out for a resistance. So I need a resistance to get this involved for the selling. But the thing is that today it seems like it's a retracement day. So at the moment, okay, I will say that we can see that there's somewhere that you need to take out over here. There's resistance. Right, so I'm waiting for it to go for a buy to take this resistance, to test on this resistance before we actually can start selling. So probably from here, right, from here, Euro Kiwi is good to selling. It's good to go for a selling, but I think we will need to wait for a while. Okay, right, Euro Dollar. Let's take a look at Euro Dollar. Well, Euro Dollar over here, we are still moving towards the north. We are still on the buying side. So ever since this last Friday, we had non-farm payroll. It has a very big impact over here and started to retrace upwards and to still continue to go for the north. Okay, so go to the north. And in this case, all right, in this case, for Euro Dollar, if we are going for a selling, there may be a chance, right? Because we may want to look at the resistance up here, which is actually pretty near. We are only about 20 pips away. Let's wait for it to test on the resistance and see how it goes before we take action. Okay, all right. So will it actually start to change the trend? I would say probably if there's a selling, it's also a pullback. So if there's a pullback, we need to take note because this pullback may be a retracement. Okay, so we are going against the trend if we are selling, right? So but again that we still stand a good chance for the selling. All right, so we can still pay attention to that. Okay, yeah, for Euro Dollar, yeah, last week the target was here and it was being cleared during the non-farm payroll. So I'm going to take this. Right, so let's see if this is going to actually come back here to reach our next support level over at this area here. All right. Okay, so there will be a very good space for us. Okay, so let's see if this is able to break into the selling zone. All right, Euro Dollar, we can take note. Okay, later on with the live trading, then we'll come back again. All right, so for Pound Aussie today, well, Pound Aussie today we are looking at Pound Aussie is actually testing on the resistance. and now it's actually still coming into the selling, so this is good. Now the whole general trend is actually bull, but the bull has met up with some pressure, buying pressure, selling pressure, and now it has been tested the resistance, so we may have a chance for selling for Pound Aussie. But the thing is that now Pound Aussie is still not ready yet, so later on maybe we can take a look, okay, for Pound Aussie to see and actually start selling for them. Okay, all right, so for go on to Pound CAD. Now Pound CAD very similar to Pound Aussie, we are also moving to the north, they are still in the bull, so we are still looking out for this bull for buying. All right, so this Pound CAD is still good for buying. Okay, so buyers can take note, but for seller we have to stay away. All right, so the next thing to go, Pound franc. Let's take a look at Pound franc. Well, Pound franc over at this point here, we are also meeting up with a resistance over at this side here. So it seems like this Pound franc is also coming to test on the resistance to see whether it can break the resistance before it can continue to go north. Okay, so in this case, let's see, and we have to wait. Okay, since today's Monday and the direction is not very clear yet. Okay, so we shall wait for it to break the resistance, then perhaps we can go for a buy. Okay, so that's for Pound franc. All right, Pound yen. Well, for Pound yen over at this point here, Pound yen, if you are looking at Pound yen, her whole general trend here, it has retraced upwards as a bull, and the bull has met up with the selling pressure to come in area. But the thing is that in my opinion, I'm waiting for this area to get cleared, right? I want this to come in, you know, to get cleared and to take this area. But the last week, okay, it was into here, all right. But the last Friday it was into this level, but it has not cleared the whole level here. So we still have a chance right now. By looking at it, it is now retracing upwards. So if we want to clear this, okay, very likely I'm going to wait for it for new resistance to be tested before I actually take action. Okay. Hi Marcus, nice to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Right, so for Pound yen, okay, as for Pound yen, as a resistance up here, we are actually very near. Okay, but the next one it will be here. So highly likely, I'm going to wait for Pound yen to test on the resistance before I take action. Okay, so if I'm a seller, so tentatively, okay, let me see in this case here. Okay, the Pound yen, according to what I see right now, buying is still possible. Okay, all right. So Pound Kiwi, Let's take a look at Pound Kiwi. So Pound Kiwi, for this case, we are still in the bear. All right, so it's very similar to the Euro Kiwi. It's in the bear, but today looks like there's a retracement day. Okay, so in this case over here, we are still looking out for the resistance up here to see, to check. Okay, make sure the resistance has been tested, and then we will go for a selling. So we need a lot of waiting today, huh? Yeah, right. So okay, so that's for Pound Kiwi. Pound dollar, very straightforward. We are looking for a buy right now. Okay, so the pound is actually going for a buy and still very strong. All right, so right now buyers can take note, but for Pound dollar, sellers have to stay away. Well, so for dollar CAD, let's take a look at dollar CAD. For dollar CAD over here, as we can see for dollar CAD over here, dollar CAD we are actually now forming the bear. So we are looking for selling. So is there a chance for selling today? Well, I see that there's a good chance here. As we can see, this resistance where we plotted, and it has actually met up with this resistance and started to sell down. So we are looking at this resistance, but the support is still here. We are waiting to clear this area, okay, so that it can come into this area with about 29 pips, which around there. Okay, so dollar CAD, yeah, we can take note to sell. Okay, so I'm going to put dollar CAD into my selling list, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next one, dollar franc. Okay, dollar franc. Well, dollar franc today we are still in the bear, very good, but the dollar franc has actually come to a point where it's actually on the support. So will this actually dollar franc, will it actually continue selling? Well, it may have to break the support before we can take action. So the resistance is here. Okay, we have no change of the resistance. So I'm going to plot it down here. Okay, as you can see, resistance move down as I move. Right, so I'm going to leave this out first. Okay, So right here, we are on the support. So for dollar franc, if I'm going to start selling, I make sure that dollar franc have to break the support. Then I will start to look out for the selling. So dollar franc, yes, we can take a look. Okay, yep. Okay, dollar franc. All right. So for dollar yen, let's take a look at dollar yen. All right, dollar yen over here. Well, dollar yen now starting to go into the bear for selling. Okay, so right now see if there's a chance for selling. Well, if we can see the resistance has slight changes downwards here, but the support has not yet. Okay, the support is the same and it's not clear. So over at this point here, from here to here, I see there's a 42 pips of space to reach the support. So at the moment, okay, I see here, okay, so we can still look out for this area to clear the support. All right, so I'm going to put dollar yen into my watch list. Okay, yep. All right. Okay, so yep, let's move again to Bitcoin. As we can see, Bitcoin, we have Bitcoin market right now actually losing about 60%, right? Okay, but there are still two big firms I won't say big firms, okay, but two firms actually still making 8% as of now for 2022. So the forecast and is still very good on the point. So that's why I mean we can see the move there. All right, so tentatively it's still at 17.3. Well, for 17.3 now the target cannot be 18.7 anymore. So by looking at this part here, okay, where we are looking at this about 17.8. Okay, but the thing is that they're still facing a lot of uncertainty on. So tentatively, I will say that I'm just stay away first. Okay. As for the goal, yes, for the goal wise, all right, for the goal, yes, we have successfully completed 1804. We are now on the 1808. I think that is pretty good. Okay, as of last week, as we are looking at the goal, we are still looking at the goal for buying, right? So for people who are into the gold trading, yes, you can take note of the buying, all right. But now we are on the resistance. Let's see if it's able to break the resistance before we actually take buying. Right, so at the moment, let's allow it to break this area first. Then before I actually plot my next target. All right, so I'm going to move this resistance up here first. Okay, and so that is much clearer. So I'm going to move this way. Right, let's put it downward here. Okay. And let's see if it actually works for some in a later part of the day to give us a very clear signal where it is going. Okay, all right. Okay, so I guess that should be all. Well, for now, okay, for now, by looking at this here, right, what are we going to focus today? Right, so I'm going to take a look. Right. Right, so I'm showing up over here in the banner below. Okay, so today we can focus to sell on this Aussie yen, Euro yen, dollar CAD, dollar franc, and dollar yen. All right. Okay, so for pound yen, it looks so good, but we still need a few more confirmations as of now because we cannot see anything right now. Okay. All right, so guys, I shall see you later in the live trading in another 1.5 hours time. For GMT +8, 3 o'clock, okay, I will be here to start trading with everybody. So if you are on the YouTube right now, okay, do remember to click the subscribe button to join me in the live trading, and remember to smash the like button to show appreciation for this video. All right, thank you very much, guys, and I shall see you later. See you again. This is EURJPY from ACS Learning Hub.